Now, that is not how you treat patients. Period. So I don't trust this hospital, and I'm asking to be transferred. These people wanted to send me home with new pulmonary infiltrates and all kind of lymphadenopathy in my neck. The other thing that white Dr. Bannock said was that if I stayed, that he would send me home Saturday at 10 p.m. in the dark. Who does that? On a week, who does that? And that nurse was telling me, oh, I was marching in Black Lives Matter. I told him, no, I don't believe none of that. Not one bit. Not one iota. He wouldn't even know how to march. Probably can't even spell it. This is how black people get killed. When you send them home and they don't know how to fight for themselves. I had to talk to somebody, maybe the media, somebody, to let people know how I'm being treated up in this place. And he gladly told me, I know you're a doctor. And he didn't want the black doctor to have no medicine, nothing. And then had the nerve to say it's because of him, the nurse, that I got the medicine. Really? Because of you? No. How about because I had that stat CT of my neck where it showed all of that lymphadenopathy and infiltrates? Yeah, you didn't know about that? You didn't get that in report? That's what I said. To being black up in here, this is what happens.
Now, as you clearly can see, racism is still a very big issue, and the doctor dies from COVID-19 after reporting racist treatment in Indiana. Yeah. Wow. So Dr. Susan Moore, physician from Indianapolis who had publicly called out a regional hospital for racism, died of COVID this week. Now, Dr. Moore first tested positive in late November with initial symptoms reported to include high respiratory rate, high heart rate, severe fever, and coughing up blood. Now, CBS News says she died this week following a number of social media posts in which she described multiple instances of treatment while hospitalized at Indiana University Hospital North. Now, this is not how you treat patients, period. And I quote Moore said in one of the videos, so I don't trust this hospital and I'm asking to be transferred. These people wanted to send me home with new pulmonary infiltrates and all kind of lymphadenopathy in her neck. Now, this is how black people get killed when you send them home and they don't know how to fight for themselves. I had to talk to somebody, maybe the media, somebody, to let them know how I'm being treated up in this place. Now, Cleavon MD tweeted out, Dr. Susan Moore died today from COVID, but how she died is unacceptable. She posted a video to Facebook from an Indiana hospital days before her death about mistreatment. This is how black people get killed when you see them home and send them home and they don't know how to fight for themselves. Now, clearly there will be a lot of lawsuits. This lady was asking to be transferred. She told him, clearly all this is on video, so yeah, there will be a lot of people probably getting sued. Dr. Carmen Brown tweeted out, we lost another doctor today to COVID, but this doctor was mistreated. Her symptoms were ignored, downplayed, and dismayed. She posted a heartbreaking video begging her fellow doctors to help save her. She called a patient advocate. She called a chief medical officer. So what else can you do? And there are other MDs that tweeted out in response to this, because this is just clearly not right. And I'm thinking of any other reason to blame besides racism, but it's clearly no other reason. Why didn't they transfer her? This lady clearly had insurance. She is a doctor. Wow. So yeah, one thing about the state of Indiana, we know that is a very racist state. It's where the Ku Klux Klan is originally from. It's still racist, people are very hickish. Is that a term? Hickory? Like they are like old school as fuck. Like you got places in Indiana that look just like they're on that movie Rosewood or that movie Hoosiers. Yeah. But some people never learn, man, and that shows that racism is even in the it's big now in the hospitals. Wow. Uh, Dr. J.R. Marceline tweeted this out, retweeting all the stories until everyone knows why Dr. Susan Moore and countless of others did not have to die. Structural racism does not care if black folks have degrees, if they are wealthy or poor, if they are famous or unknown. How many have to die before things change? Simply put, and I know we're at the end of 2020, and I'm glad it's over, but I want to say RIP to this doctor here who clearly had a lot to say. Her words spoke volumes. No one would have wished this on anybody, but I'll tell everyone this, if you are racist, you are evil. You need to give your life over to Jesus Christ and convert, because Jesus wouldn't hate people because of the color of their skin. There are so many people that have died because of racism. We've seen the likes of Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, try to change the tides of time and even have peaceful protests. And then we saw the likes of Black Lives Matter completely transform the way that the world is, because people know now that nobody will take racism lightly. They would not be called the N-word. They would not be treated unfairly, because it will provoke them to anger, as we've seen in 2020 with the riots and a lot of blood shed. So I urge you to do what's right and keep the peace, because there's a backlash for all of this. RIP, Dr. Susan, and like this video, leave your comments and subscribe.